Uranium friends, looking at energy fuels, UUUU, some sort of news today, right? They're buying something or whatever. Who cares? I don't care. I have said this many times in all of my videos. I'm targeting and looking at these value areas. This is where I start to have interest in buying UUU. This is where I start to have interest in selling UUUU. It's just as simple as that. I don't care what the news is. I don't care what the fundamentals are. I don't care about the price of uranium. I don't care about CEO and his fights with Western. I don't care about any of that. I care about what these value areas are showing me. Okay, so that's the deal. So this is what I'm looking at. It's what I'm always going to look at until there's a reason for me not to look at this stuff. So there it is. Okay, weekly falling wedge bear break. Okay, and if you've watched my videos, I have said over and over, I'm not interested in messing around with you until it starts to get down to these the bottom end of these value areas, because then I know it becomes more of a low risk play, regardless of news, regardless of fundamentals. It's just as simple as that. You guys want to be chasing fundamentals and trying to trade on fundamentals, have at it. Okay. Technicals are the way to go with you, as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, weekly falling wedge bear break, right? So most of the time falling wedges, they can be bullish patterns, but perfect example why they're not always perfectly a bullish pattern, right? So it can be bearish. So I said something in my last video about this hourly tightening up thing and waiting to see what was going to happen, right? So maybe people who play these wedges bought this looking for the bull break. Well, that was a big mistake, right? So now we're in deep hourly oversold conditions. All right. So, and I just posted on Twitter. There's no need to try to catch falling knife here, right? So just wait for the hourly trend change. If this is the low, if this becomes the low, this is so much room here for an hourly higher, an hourly lower high that the chances are very good. The probabilities are very good that you're going to get something like this, right? And then look for that hourly higher low wherever it resolves. And then look for it to take out whatever this hourly pivot is, right? So now you're no longer catching a falling knife. Now you got levels to work off of. That's the way I'm playing it. So people that are super aggressive, the super aggressive bull at this point can just sit there and say, all right, well, I'm going to try to grab this oversold bounce, maybe trim out into this hourly 12 EMA, working off this low, whatever this low is. What is the absolute low here? 523. All right, 522. Right. So, right now there's a level to work off of. So listen, if I want to see, is this going to be a good level? Just zooming in more. What's the 15-minute chart telling me here? Yeah, this is like all one move here. So here's your pivot right here. So yeah, it's looking to hold. If it holds this low, the super aggressive players are good, right? Um, I'm gonna. It's the 4Us. I'm waiting at least, at minimum, for an hourly to give me some signals. There's no signals yet. It's just oversold. Can it get oversold? Well, it's gotten a lot more extreme before, hasn't it? But you look at this oversold bounce here. That's a great result. So nothing wrong with keeping an eye on it. And by the way, even if, let's go with this example of this oversold. Actually, that oversold bounce wasn't even the bounce. It took out that level even after this extreme oversold. Now that I'm zoomed in. So, by the way, this was a great bounce too, right? So you had, if you caught this oversold bounce, 30 cents on a $6 stock, 5%. Not bad, right? And then the level was here, and it's flushed everybody out. Yada yada yada. Those who might have taken half profits and put their stop below maybe they were saved. Who knows, right? So these are the things that I'm looking for. So, let's just say that this was the bottom, right? And this is an hourly, right? I'm just trying to make an example of what an hourly trend change looks like and why it's not that big a deal if you miss a portion, right? So, anybody who started paying attention to this hourly chart, they sat out on this move, sat out, started to scout the higher low into the 12 EMA, perhaps. There's enough room in this bounce to say, okay, well, maybe the low is set here. Maybe they caught this hourly higher low, and then they grabbed this move. Okay, and that's a great move. There's nothing wrong with that move right there. What is this move? Just approximate it, right? So it's 10% move. Yeah. So okay, you missed this 10%. Oh well, right? What was this move? 5%, 6%. So you get the bulk of the move, and you've just lessened your risk. You have no idea where this is going to resolve. You have an idea where you can just say, okay, I'm wrong. That's the way I'm looking at UUU for this situation, and it's occurring. I mean, there's going to be an hourly oversold bounce here. How it plays is just another question. Someone who's a little bit less aggressive, they're going to be watching this 4-hour chart, and that's pretty aggressively oversold there. So uh, I would not be surprised if we have this oversold bounce here. But there's levels to work off of, as far as I'm concerned. And I'll go back again and again, and I'll say it again and again. I don't care about anything fundamentally or what anybody says about the 4Us. I care about these value areas. Right? And I can make very good swing trades in between these value areas. And they're low risk. So shorting up here, we're selling off partials and buying down here. It's proved fruitful since 2021, since July of 2021. So coming on to 3 years now, people that are playing this value area alone, regardless of fundamentals, and if they're doing it properly, they're doing okay. So that's just what it comes down to. That's the way I'm looking at the 4Us right now. I'm on the lookout for this hourly trend change. And I am fully aware of this extreme oversold condition over here that ended up making new lows, right? So and there's your divergence in the RSI too, and that's always something that you can pay attention to. I don't trade it solely on its own, but I do understand that the RSI divergences can yield some results. That's it for the 4Us. Hellish for the people who are holding. Not horrible for the people that just understand that it's clear as day, the value areas. This one's going to be interesting in my opinion, actually, and I'm just going to say this as a sidebar, but this little area here could be Mr. Fake Out, right? Break down in this value area and hold this support, and it would coincide with a lot of things here. So I'm cognizant of that. So, um, in my opinion, actually not even in my opinion, the way I'm going to play it is I'm going to take a low risk stab here, and I'm gonna trim out because I know it's probably going to want to test this just to screw everybody over. Over and out on UUUU.